3, 2, 1. We are on air. YPG Unlocked. Because in the YPG, we got too much sauce.
What's up, family? And we all know when the music and the countdown begins, the most amazing show is about to begin. For now, let's cross over to Mbali with our very new segment titled Unlocking the Past.
Hello YPG, I am back to Unlocking the Past with you. Last week we spoke about the first king of Israel. So, well, we're going to have a little pause on that, and then I am going to introduce to you the professions mentioned in the Bible and how they influence the professionals nowadays. Now let's dive right into it. Cain was the firstborn son of Adam and Eve, and according to the book of Genesis, he learned how to plant and reap. In other words, he was a farmer. We don't have much information on how he treated the soil and planted, but in the book of Genesis chapter 4, we see, quote, "Now Abel was a keeper of a sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering, a fruit of the ground, to the Lord. Cain offered from the fruit of the ground, whilst Abel offered from the firstborn of his flock and their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not accept Cain and his offering. Therefore he was very angry, and his countenance fell." We know the story. Cain committed the first murder of history and killed Abel. For you to better understand what that means, we are going to talk to a professional farmer. Welcome to the YPG, Mama Lighty. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Mbali?
I am good, thank you. So how long were you a professional farmer?
I've been professional farmer for 5 years.
How did it all start?
It all started through my husband. He is a farmer. So, and then through him, then I started like farming.
You started to like farming. What is the best part about being a farmer?
The best part of being a farmer is that you learn new things every day. You learn things that you didn't know. Then you started to plant things that we always eat, but you don't know how it came out, and then you learn new things.
Okay. What is the not so pleasant part about being a farmer?
The part that is not so pleasant to be a farmer is that the farmer, it goes with the environment. There is a years where there is no rain, it's drought. So, and then there is no rain, then you have to deal with that, and then you have to make plan. How are you going to plant? And then how are you going to grow your plants? So that is the only part of the bad part is the drought.
It's the drought. We are speaking to our viewers about Cain. So can you explain to us the fruits that are fallen to the ground? Are they good or are they bad fruits?
The fruit that are fallen from the plant are very bad, very, very bad, because it's not something that you can pick and go and give to somebody else. Therefore, the fact that they have been fallen, it means that they are not good. So, and then you cannot take what is fallen on the floor and then go give to somebody else.
Wow. Can you mention to us one technology that is used in farming today that the days of Cain they didn't have?
Then there are so many technology in nowadays. There's a tractor with every equipment. So when you plant, there's everything is there. We don't do anything with your hands. What we need is only the driver to drive the tractor. So, and then in old days, and then there was no tractor, there was no all this equipment. They were used to go and then use the animal, the bull, the donkey, and then the men also, they will have to hold. And then I think they will be very tired after that. So, because sometimes you plant a large huge of the hectare, so which means and then they won't be able to finish or whatever. But in nowadays everything is easy. The technology gives us everything. You do nothing.
You heard that right, YPG. What is the importance of farming in this world?
The important part of farming in this world is that we need food. Without farming, we cannot eat. Everything that we eat now is from the ground. So we need to plant everything. So if there is no farming, means there is no food.
For those who are watching us and want to be professional farmers, can you advise them of what is the first step that they need to take into becoming a professional farmer?
The steps that I can tell them: God first, your faith, your determination, your hard work, your focus, and then you go and start farming.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, according to your opinion, Mama Lighty, if you had to give someone one of a best fruit, what fruit would you give to someone?
I will give apple.
An apple.
Yes.
That's amazing. Wow. Thank you so much, Mama Lighty, for your time and for your participation. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Bali. Thank you, YPG.
Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that is it, YPG. We will meet next week bringing a new profession from the Bible to you. What do you guys think? Well, over to you, Mapaseka.
Thanks, Mbali. Now, fam, the Unlocked team has cooked up something special for you guys. We have another new segment, KMC. Not Know My City, but this time, Know My Career. So, let's check it out.
So I have a couple of questions for you. The first one is that, as you know, a lot of people don't embark in the makeup career because they feel like, oh, I want to do accounting, I want to do this, I want to be an engineer. What made you to be interested in this career?
Okay, so for me, it was actually here in the YPG. So we had a certain event that we had to do, and some lady just said, can you come and do us makeup? And from there, since then, like I started developing this love, this passion. So it's something that started here from the YPG. Yeah.
And then is anyone from your family doing makeup as well?
No, they're not. Actually, when I told my mom that I wanted to do makeup as a career, she was like, no. She was like, you must do law, you must study law, and you passed very well, so why aren't you going to varsity? And my relatives as well, they were like, study accounting, and at that time, I'm not even doing accounting. So they were against it, but with time, they saw that I had passion, and they just left me.
Okay. And then how many years have you been doing this career?
So it's been 4 years now. 4 years.
4 years. And then did you have to study for this job? Or did you just...
Yeah, I had to go to school. Even right now, I'm still studying and working. Yeah.
And then what are the difficulties that you may encounter when doing makeup?
Maybe a person is always complaining, fix this, fix that. Someone who books like an appointment, maybe 8 o'clock, and they come 3 hours late. You have to wait, you have to be patient, and yeah, it's a lot of work.
Okay. And then, okay, as you do makeup,
Yeah.
was there any mistake that you made? Like with the person asked for, I don't know, this type of eyebrow, and then you went, did something else?
Yeah, there was. So, like maybe you use a bright color, or I do maybe eyebrows, the ones that are too black, and the person was like, no, no, no. So I had to erase and start again. Yeah.
And then another question that I have is, what is the one interesting thing about your career that not many people know about, or that they find like a misinterpretation of how makeup works? Like something like different.
Okay, it's like color mixing or color. Like you need to know your colors. For example, you can't just use this one. Yeah. So as we all know, a sun is red, yellow, and orange. So when you mix those three, it actually blends. But some people, you see them using green and orange, and it doesn't combine, it doesn't work well. So you need to know your colors. You need to know which one to mix with, yeah.
Do you have a picture of like an example where you can show us how would that look like?
Yeah, I have actually, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna show you there on your
Okay,
screen
so
as well.
this one, you can see the colors. It's red, orange, green, black, yeah, white. No.
Another thing that I saw here, I'm gonna ask about it. I'll never use this,
Okay.
But how would you use this? Like, do people literally?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a blue mascara. Yeah, you use it if you don't like black. Some they like blue, so it's actually a mascara that is blue. Yeah.
Okay. And then another question that I want to ask you is, okay, we have guys who, maybe there are guys who are also interested in makeup. Would you advise them to study it?
Yes, makeup is for everyone, guys, ladies, young, old. As long as you like the makeup, as long as you like it, you can go for it. And it actually needs someone with confidence, because the clients, they can actually see what you're giving them. So what you give is what you get. So you can't just do someone, like they can see that you're not confident. So you need to know what you're doing. And especially nowadays, there's so much going out on social media. There are trends with makeup, like, so you can't catch up with that. You need to know your things, like what is it that you do, and the products as well.
And then as for those who might be interested in it, if I go and study makeup, where can I find opportunities, like get a job or whenever?
Okay, you can work at cruise ships. You can have your own studio, your academy. You can work at the salons. You can work on TV, on magazines. You can actually do a lot. And it's not all about this makeup, the beauty makeup. There's also prosthetics, which is special effects, the makeup for injuries, like you do there on the TVs, like you see the bow generation, those people that get bent and what, that is makeup. So it actually takes creativity and talent. Yeah.
And speaking about creativity, the last thing that I want to show you guys is the charts that we have here. There's a chart that has, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, something is happening there.
Yeah.
Can you please explain what's going on there?
Okay, so this is a beard project. So this has nothing to do with makeup. As you can see, it's just a drawing, but we had to do that. So we had to sew this beard, we had to draw it and come up with something that is unique. So it actually shows that we can think beyond your imagination. It's not all about makeup only. There's so much that you can do and that you don't even know. Yeah. So this I had to do at school while I was doing makeup. I had to come up with this.
And then the next one there.
So this is a vision board, as it's written, day makeup. So it also shows that as a person, before you do a makeup, you need to know like the results, like what are the outcomes that will come after. So these are the colors. You need to know the hair inspiration, the outfit inspiration, the color and palette for inspiration as well. So before a service, you need to already vision it in your mind to say, okay, here's this lady. So how is she going to look after? So you need to draw it and put it in writing. So I can also see you have like should I say that?
Wait.
So I can actually see that because there are types of skin, so you need to learn about that. So her skin is like oily skin.
Okay.
So she actually needs to use this. This is a powder foundation.
Can I buy it like after this? I'm gonna buy it.
Okay. So this is a powder foundation because the skin is oily. So if she uses this powder one, it will reduce the oiliness because we have different types of foundation, liquid, stick foundation, and a powder.
Okay, so guys, as you can see, makeup is broad. It's not just about you putting people eyebrows and stuff. It has to do with creativity. And not only do you guys leave with more information, but I get to leave with makeup to take home. So yeah, that's it from Park Station, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Up next, I'm gonna send it back to Mapaseka, who's gonna carry on with the Unlocked. Thank you.
What's good, YPG? Welcome to another exciting episode of
If You Know, You Know.
My name is Simpiwe and I'm with.
Kutato.
And we are coming at you from
Pretoria 012.
Pitori. So, the first social media site was 6 Degrees by Andrew, and it was started in 1997, followed by MySpace in 2003. So one thing about social media, it evolves. So 1 minute there's your WhatsApp, and then next there's your TikTok, then there's Instagram. For an example, Kutazo, what was your first social media platform?
Oh, my first social media platform was Mexit. Do you remember the time of Mexit?
I do actually.
Yes, because I used to have this username, they call it Tati, because everyone was knowing this name, so I knew everyone would access it so easily, so that was my username, okay?
Do you still use Mixit?
Nah, I don't use Mexit anymore.
Why not?
Things revolve.
Exactly, the evolution of social media. Potato, can you tell us what social media is?
Okay, social media is your internet-based applications and digital channels which facilitate for the sharing of content such as ideas, information, thoughts, videos, and even photos. So that's what social media for me means.
Did you know that a lot of people spend most of their time on social media? One thing about social media, it's very time consuming, but a lot of people don't realize it because you think it's normal. But don't just take our word for it, let's take it to the streets.
Bye.
And you are? Disetso. Do you have social media? Yes, I have it. How much time do you spend on social media?
I don't spend much time, but some 2 hours, but then I'm just taking some 30 minutes, then I'll just go back to it.
Do you think it has a good impact in your life?
Kind of, because it helps me to just search for something. Maybe I'll just say Google, maybe I'm just searching for my schoolworks. And Facebook, I'm chatting with my friends, they're gonna tell me something, and I'm having fun on it.
What's your favorite social media platform?
Facebook.
Okay, thank you for your time. Well, there you have it. Although social media has given us the ability to share our life story, it is not always a safe space to do so.
It also has a negative impact in our lives where we face depression on a daily basis, anxiety, and cyberbullying. So social media is not safe.
I was suicidal before. I thought of killing myself. And the reason why I wanted to kill myself because I wasn't happy of the person that I was. I lived my life pleasing friends. So growing up in the church, I have two sisters, and my mother, we would come to church like every Sunday, Sunday school, and grew up in the TFT and everything. And so I would compare myself a lot with my sisters. I thought that my sisters were they were just perfect in my eyes, just so perfect because, you know, those kids, they participated in the TFT and they went to the YPG, and especially my older sister, she participated in the YPG activities. So in my eyes, I thought she's just too perfect, and I don't just fit in. I don't belong in that family because my sisters are too perfect, and here I am living my own life, doing my own crazy things. So I thought that I'm not part of this family. So I just go outside, and maybe if I go outside, I'll find people that, you know, will accept me. But the thing is, they didn't accept me for who I was. So I had to change my identity. I had to change who I was in order for them to accept me. So I used to play soccer. So in that team, majority of the team, they were lesbians, majority of them. So because majority of the team, they were lesbians, I also felt left out, like, okay, I'm not part of them because of the way I look. So because I wanted also to fit in and please them, especially in school also as well, I was in the group of the cool guys. I was one of the cool guys at school, you know. So I changed my identity. I cut my hair. I changed the way I would dress. My closet, everything changed. And because of that, it was really bad because I didn't like what I was doing. I thought to myself, this is not me. But because I wanted to please people, because I wanted to fit in that group at school, those cool guys at school, that team that I used to play for, I changed my identity and I would date girls, and lots and lots of them. It wouldn't be just one. I would date lots and lots of those girls. And
sorry to cut you. On the outside, you probably looked like you're on top of the world because you were with the cool guys and so forth. How are you on the inside?
So on the outside, I would be one of those cool guys because I would make the funniest jokes. Every time when I make a joke, everybody laughs, you know, because I'm the cool one. But then when I'm alone in my room, everything was bad. It was really bad. I would cry so bad, asking myself, because I didn't even like myself out to the point where I was not able to go to the mirror and look at myself. Because I didn't like myself. So I hated the mirror so much. I didn't like the mirror, so I wouldn't look at myself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And I struggled every morning when I have to prepare because I have to look myself in the mirror, but then it was just a struggle. So I couldn't sleep at night at all. I couldn't sleep. So I had to cry myself to sleep. So in order for me to sleep, I have to maybe listen to a sad song or watch maybe a sad video, a video of a person killing themselves, a video of a person, you know, talking about their sad life, and I know that I would cry so hard, and then I'll have a horrible headache, and then that's where I just doze off and sleep. So I couldn't sleep by my own. Every time when I close my eyes, try to sleep, I would see scary things, weird things that I don't even know how to explain what those things were. So it was bad when I'm alone, but when I'm with my friends, it's different. The person that I was at home when I'm alone, it's different from the person that I was when I was with my friend. You couldn't tell that, wow, because with my friends, I'm the loudest, you know, the loud one, the funniest one. But when I'm at home, I just go to my room, lock myself in the room and be alone. Play music to the loudest, so that I could cry. I didn't want my mom or anyone to hear me, so that's why I would play my music to the loudest or put my headphones so that they couldn't hear me crying or something. Even at night, I would have anxiety attacks at night, so I couldn't sleep. It was really bad. What? The worst climax was when I couldn't sleep. You know, I struggled a lot when I have to sleep. I would stay up even the whole night, and that also affected my studies. And it was amazing how the friends that I had, their marks were very good, they were doing very well, but here on my side, my marks were really bad. I was failing so bad at school and thinking that I'm the cool one, I'm the funny one, and when it's time for exams, they're out there studying, but I'm the one who's entertaining them, but I'm not studying, and I was failing. My marks were really, really bad at school, and for the fact that I couldn't sleep at all, I was jealous of somebody who's able to sleep. I was jealous of that person. When a person's like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to sleep. I slept for 8 hours, like, how do you sleep? How do you do that? Can you just teach me how to sleep? Because I didn't know how to sleep. That was the worst thing in my life. I couldn't sleep. So it got to the point where, because I grew up in the church and I knew the truth, I was asking myself, what is happening with me? Why am I like this? Is it God? Is it me? Is it my mom? Is it my sisters? Well, what's happening with my life? I just didn't understand what was going on with my life. It got to the point where I decided that it's better for me to just die, because what's the point of me living that? I don't even know who am I. I don't even know the purpose of me being in this world. I didn't understand who I was because I was just living my life to please everybody.
Mm-hmm. Now, were you suicidal? What was your idea of death?
I was suicidal. One night, it was the night when my family we had to go to the night vigil here at church, and I told them that it's okay, they can go, they can just leave me here all alone, and I'll be fine, they can just go. But the reason why I wanted to stay alone is because I wanted to kill myself and end my life. And I remember that my dad said, no, he's not gonna leave. He's gonna stay with me. And then my mom and my sisters, they left, they went to church, and my dad stayed with me. And I was so angry that why is he staying? I don't want anybody to disturb me. I want everybody out of the house. I wanna be alone. So that night, I wasn't able to kill myself. I just went outside to my friends. I went to my friends, we're chilling, we're doing all those things. And I came back home. I remember I came back home, it was around 10 to 12, quarter to 12 that time. And I was I was so frustrated because he was all over the place, so it's like he's disturbing my plans because he was there, he was doing this, he was doing that. So I'm asking myself, why is he not sleeping? Just go to sleep or go somewhere, do something so that I can be alone and kill myself silently. And they were just gonna find me there, dead. No one is involved, I'm the only person involved. But it never happened. And when I tried to kill myself, I don't know, I just couldn't. I was just shaking so much, I just didn't understand why. And I asked my dad, because the night vigil was at the branch. So I asked my dad let's just go to church because it's not working out. My dad asked me, but you said you don't want to go, then why all of a sudden you want to go to church? I don't understand what's going on. And I just told him, let's just go to church. Please, it's just like go now. And we went to church, and when I got there, it was the moment of prayer, and that's when I told my mom that the reason why I wanted you guys to leave and leave me alone is because I wanted to end my life, because I was too tired of living the life that I was living.
Okay, tell us, how did you turn the tables in your life?
Okay, so that night of the night vigil, as I said, I got there and people, they were praying, and I just ran to the front of the altar and I prayed. I'm like, God, thank you so much for saving me. I don't know where would I be today. And that's when I was gonna find help. I was just so in denial. I didn't want to admit that I'm not okay, I need help. So the day I decided to admit and say I actually do need help, I went and I opened up. I was one of the mentors at my church, and I told her everything, that I really need help. I'm tired of living this life that I am living today. And she was able to help me. And because I surrendered myself, I took a decision that it's either my life changes or I die, because there's no need for me to be living this life anymore. So because of that decision that I took from that day, my life was never the same. That decision, it was not easy at all. It was not easy. But then because I was decided that I want to change my life, I want to become a better person, I want to be able to also look at myself in the mirror and say, wow, you look beautiful. And
Who is Heather today?
Heather today is different as you see me today. I believe, I don't care who says that, I know for a fact that I am beautiful. I don't need anybody to tell me. And I love myself so much. I don't know how many times I look at myself in the mirror a day. So yeah, and I'm so happy with, I have peace inside of me. I don't need to please friends anymore. I don't need to change my identity to be accepted by friends, because I know God has already accepted me for who I am. So I don't need anyone else to accept me. So today I'm in peace, I'm very happy, and my relationship with my family is amazing. I love my sisters a lot. I love my mom. I love my dad. We get along so well, and I also love being in the YPG. I enjoy myself a lot in the YPG. I just want to spend my whole day with the YPG, so my life is different today.
All right.
The advice that I would give to them is love yourself. You don't have to change who you are to be accepted by people. You won't be able to please anybody. Just love yourself, appreciate yourself, and put God first. Just put God first in everything that you do. He loves you already. He accepts you for who you are. So you don't have to change your identity. You don't have to change anything for anybody. So love yourself, appreciate yourself, and know that you are beautiful the way you are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you so much for your story. Okay, I know we are back. We even changed, and then we're like, oh no. We had promised you guys that last week, we had promised you that this week, we would be answering your questions. So we're here in the hot seat. I don't know the questions, she does know them, and we're gonna answer them in a few minutes. Hit me up.
And if you have questions, write it below, and your question might be answered next week. So let's go for the first one. I don't know why, but we got a lot of questions about love life.
Jolos.
Yeah, so let us start with one. How can I identify the person God has chosen for me?
How can I identify the person God has chosen for me?
I think
you should attend the Therapy of Love Thursdays, 5 o'clock, and start there.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start. And after that, you're going to identify if you are first the person God chose for someone else. After you identify that, then coming to the Therapy of Love on Thursdays, it's going to be easier.
Yeah, we're going to be quick, by the way. We're going to be quick. And just one thing to add, anything that comes from God comes with no doubts. So if you've got doubts, red light, watch out. Papela. Next question.
Next one. Can I tell the person I am with in a relationship everything that happens in my life?
I think it depends. I think there's a fine line between marriage and relationship. Therapy of Love, 5 p.m. Thursdays.
Okay, moving to the next one. How do I make decisions based on my mind, not on my emotions?
Okay, now we're talking. Our mind calculates what is beneficial and what is detrimental for us. Our mind tells us and does not make us to feel. What is intelligent doesn't work with emotions. Our mind doesn't work with emotions. The color of your t-shirt is red and blue. I don't have to feel anything. My mind already tells me that is red, that's blue, and that's a white color. That is what it is. There's nothing that I can do to change that. My feelings don't fluctuate regarding what I know. And with decisions, that's it. You know that that's a problem. Your mind already tells you, be careful. As I said earlier, where there is a doubt, definitely it's a red light, so be careful.
Okay.
And our emotions, we just feel, and it's temporary, it fluctuates. I feel good or I don't feel good about it.
And if you think you are taking decisions based on your emotions, you're not sure if the decision you are taking is based on your mind, wait a little bit. Stop, think about it, use your mind. Then you are going to find out if it's based on emotions or on your mind.
That's what's up. Next question.
Next, you're going for one more.
Yeah.
Okay, how to deal with insecurities?
Insecurities. I think insecurity is usually something that comes based on what we were talking in today's hangout about people pleasing. I think it comes a lot with dealing with what people think about you. You are worried about what people say. So because you don't have that assurance, that security, then you become insecure. And because of your insecurity, you're afraid. It's a matter of self-doubt. You need to start believing in yourself, looking at yourself in a perspective, looking at yourself differently, and stop being insecure. Stop believing what people think, say, or do about you. That doesn't matter. What you need to do is believe in your ability. Is your ability playing football? Is your ability with music? Is your ability cooking? Is your ability singing? Then regardless of what people think, take in the constructive criticisms. Don't allow the destructive ones to distract you, break you down, and go ahead, believe in yourself. And as Bishop always advises us, believe in God and believe in yourself. If you believe in God first, He gives you the strength, and if you believe in yourself, there's no place for insecurity. And not forgetting, doubts, they come to everybody, but you don't have to be stuck by your doubts.
If you didn't watch, I don't know if the story of Heather will still be played or we played already.
Oh.
But anyway, we have a beautiful story today about Heather, and she speaks about that. She says that doesn't matter the way you are, the way you look. Before she had insecurities, and then after she overcame, today she doesn't really mind about what people is saying about her, but what she thinks about herself, and especially what God thinks about herself.
Yeah, that's what's up.
One more?
Okay, one more. Bring the last one. Bring it on. I got confident now.
Okay, more about love life.
I think love life, we'll leave it for another time.
Okay.
Okay. Do send us the DMs, guys. I know Njolos is the one that people like, but then we'll leave that for next week. We'll leave it for another time. Do send through to your coordinators, or you guys can DM us on our deets below. I think that's it for the day.
Okay.
Fulfilling our duty. Not forgetting, in the YPG,
Got too much sauce.
there's no sauce there. You're like, supposed to. Too much sauce. We're out of here.
Hello, my name is Mapasika and I'm from Park Station. Today is the 12th of March 2022 and it marks the very first self-help of the year. Today's topic is what women really want. Interesting question, right? We're about to find out. So we're going to be asking a couple of ladies what they're expecting from today's self-help meeting and what they think women really want. Come with me. Hi, what's your name and where you from?
Hi, my name is Nolutando and I am from Park Station.
Hello, my name is Musima and I'm from Park Station.
And what keeps you coming to our self-help meetings?
Every time I come here, there's a spiritual word or message that I get, and I get to learn from it and implement it in my life. So ever since I've been coming, I've been enlightened in my spiritual life, and I'm able to apply everything that I learned to better myself as a young woman.
I've been learning some aspects of being a woman in these times, and also how to actually find your way around the world actually. Yeah.
With the burning question we have today of the self-help meeting, what women really want? What do you think women really want?
I think as a woman, we all just like a lot of stuff, materialistic things. We want the best for ourselves. We want to look good. So yeah, I think we just like outer things most of the time. So that's what we really want as women.
As you can see behind me, the meeting has officially begun, and the ladies are looking forward to learning more about what women really want. Stick with me and find out.
When we decide from the heart, we don't think about the consequences. It is the here now. It is what I want now. It is what I am feeling like now. So we don't think about what may happen if we make that decision.
I'm so surprised because I realized that what I want is actually not really what I want. And I thought that as a woman, I want materialistic things and the outer appearances. But today I learned that it's more of what's happening inside my heart and in my mind. So I'm really surprised.
But your heart tells you, I need to have the same lifestyle. So I know what I'm going to do. Now you are still feeling rejected. You have debts. Your children here don't have what they need, and you fall into desperation.
Okay, most of the time I've been making decisions with my heart. So I'm a very emotionally driven person, and sometimes I know that a lot of times I've made decisions which basically lead me to my downfall.
How I can implement it in my everyday life is that, let's say, in any situation, I mustn't just like respond to it like quickly because that's like emotional and stuff. I should just like think about it first and then I can, yeah.
Firstly, I learned that before I act, I have to think before I leap. So from today onwards, before I take a decision, I'm going to first think about the consequences of those decisions that I'm going to take and consult with God, because it's okay for me to use my mind, but even if I use my mind without not consulting with God, I can still get to take the bad decisions or wrong decisions that I might regret in the future.
The reason we fail, we don't succeed in things we do, it's because we decide based on our hearts, and the day we decide based on the spirit, which is the mind, that is the time that we will see the results.
What stood out for me was that I shouldn't follow my heart, because my heart is very deceiving and can lead me to making wrong decisions.
And before we must take our decision, we must ensure that we take a good decision that will lead us in a good way, and we must ask the will of God, and whatever that we do, we must refer it to the word of God, because the word of God is the spirit that lead us to life, that guide us. So that's what I have received from the meeting.
Welcome back, ladies, and we have just come to the end of the first self-help meeting, and the burning question was finally answered. Now we know what women really want. What I understood is that we should never use our heart when making decisions, and we should always use our mind. And even if we do use our mind, we should always follow God's reasoning. So today's meeting was definitely insightful, and I'm definitely looking forward to the next self-help meeting. Well, that's it from our side in Park Station. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you at our next self-help meeting. Bye.
Welcome back, guys. What did you guys think about our show today? And what did you think about KMC/Know My Career? And what did you guys think about those interesting street interviews that we had today? I think we can both agree that the Unlocked team never disappoints. Now, before I leave, I have news for you guys, long awaited news actually. The challenge of the blocks and provinces officially starts next week. So if you guys want to check out if your province or block will be featured in the challenge next week, make sure to watch the Unlocked next week at 6 p.m. Well, that's it from my side. It's always a pleasure being with you guys. And do remember that in the YPG, we got too much soul.